Nobody over 50 is ready for what's coming next. And I don't say that to scare you, I say it because I care about what's ahead, and I've seen what most people haven't yet noticed. There's a shift happening right now, under your feet, behind your screens, inside systems that have silently defined your life for decades, and almost no one your age is prepared for it. Before I explain what's really coming and why so few people over 50 are ready, I want you to promise me one thing. Don't skip a single part of what I'm about to say, because everything connects. If you miss even one piece, you won't understand the full picture. Stay till the end of this message, because by then, I'll tell you the real truth about what's coming next, why nobody over 50 is ready, and most importantly, how you can be ready for it. And remember, the fourth point I'll share with you is the most important point that will guide you and set you ready for what's coming. No one else will tell you this, but I will. Now, before I continue, let me ask you a question. What city are you watching from? Drop it in the comments below. I want to see seniors from across this country and across the world speaking up, because this message is not just for one state or one town, this message matters to every one of us across the world. And if you value clarity and genuine information in today's challenges, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the bell icon, because this kind of message, the one you're about to hear, doesn't get shared often, but it might be exactly what you or someone you love needs to hear right now. I promise you, by the end of this message, you will understand something most people will refuse to believe. You will see a side of things connected to what's happening in America today that the mainstream is not showing you. If you're watching this and you're over 50, let me say this, you are part of one of the most capable, intelligent, and experienced generations in human history. You've lived through revolutions, industrial, digital, social, yet what's coming next makes all of that look small. I know what some of you are thinking right now, Elon, we've heard this before, the world's always changing. But this isn't about technology. This is about the structure of life itself. Because for the first time ever, what's changing isn't just what we use, it's how we think, how we work, how we connect, and even how we define meaning. And the truth is, most people over 50 haven't been prepared for this shift, not by society, not by schools, not even by the systems that raised them. You're going to want to hear the fourth point I'll share later, because it's the single most important truth about what's really happening, and if you miss it, you'll miss everything. But first, we need to start with what you can do right now to prepare. And this first way is something almost no one talks about. The first way is to reclaim your learning speed. One of the biggest reasons people over 50 aren't ready for what's coming is because they've been taught to slow down their learning. When you're younger, you're curious by nature, you experimented, failed, learned, adjusted, but over time, life convinced you that wisdom means stability, not exploration. That's the biggest lie keeping millions of older Americans unprepared. The truth is, the next decade will reward one thing above all else, adaptive learning. Technology, AI, economy, communication, everything is rewriting itself every 6 months. And if your learning speed has stopped increasing, you'll feel left behind even when you're still intelligent. So here's what I recommend. Start treating your brain like a muscle again. Set aside at least one focused hour a day to learn something new, not for entertainment, but for advancement. Use a notebook, reflect, write what you've learned that day, and if you want structure, try using something like the 31-day daily high-impact planner, not to plan your chores, but to track your learning, your insights, and what new skill you're developing. Because the first step to being ready for what's coming next is reclaiming the part of you that still hungers to grow. I once spoke with a retired engineer, 67 years old, who told me, "I used to build machines that helped men reach space, and now I feel like I can't even keep up with my smartphone." I looked at him and said, "You built rockets once, you haven't lost your ability, just your momentum." And within 3 months of daily learning, he built a small online course teaching young inventors how to think like engineers. He's now helping hundreds of students. That's what happens when curiosity becomes your fuel again. So ask yourself, what's one thing you've always wanted to understand, but never made time for? Comment it below. You can write, "I'm ready to learn again." Curiosity never expires. I want to see what drives you. Because this is just the beginning. This first step will reignite your mind. But the second way I'll share it, it's about reigniting your connection to the future itself. It's not something you'll hear in schools, churches, or from the media. Yet it determines whether you'll be empowered in what's coming next, or dependent on systems that no longer serve you. So stay with me, do not skip anything I say, because everything connects. And by the end of this message, you'll see why nobody over 50 is ready for what's about to happen and how you can be. This isn't about fear, it's about preparation. It's about rediscovering your God-given ability to adapt, create, and lead, even when the world feels unrecognizable. Remember this, the future doesn't belong to the young, it belongs to the willing. If you're still here, it means you're different. It means something deep inside you senses that what I'm saying is not just another talk about the future, it's a warning wrapped inside an invitation. You've already started reclaiming your learning speed, and that's powerful. But that's only the foundation, because the shift that's coming isn't just about knowledge, it's about control. And this is where most people over 50 are completely unprepared. Not because they're incapable, but because for decades they've been trained to depend on systems that no longer work the way they used to. Listen carefully. The real battle of the next decade will not be fought with technology, it will be fought with autonomy. And unless you understand what I'm about to explain, you could be brilliant, experienced, even wealthy, and still find yourself locked out of your own future. Right now there's a quiet shift in America, and it's not on the news, it's not trending on social media, and it's not being discussed in your church or your town hall. Entire structures, from healthcare to retirement systems to financial security to digital access, are being recoded. Rules are being rewritten invisibly in the background. You're living through what I call the silent redesign. And for the first time, being over 50 actually increases your vulnerability, not because of age itself, but because of trust. You were raised to trust banks, institutions, pension funds, traditional workplaces, even the promises written on paper. But the next decade will break many of those promises. This is not speculation, it's already happening. Companies are quietly phasing out benefits, governments are shifting liabilities, data is being centralized, and people over 50 who built these very systems are being excluded from the new rules without even realizing it. The second way to be ready for what's coming is this. Build your own personal command center. And no, I don't mean a room full of screens. I mean taking back full control of 3 things no system can manage for you. Your decisions, your networks, and your daily priorities. This is what I've noticed after speaking to thousands of people. Seniors who thrive in the new environment are the ones who stop outsourcing their future to institutions and start organizing their lives as if they're running a mission. Think about it. Every successful launch, every successful project starts with a command center. A place where information, priorities, and actions converge under one clear mission. Why don't we do this with our lives? Because for decades we believed someone else will handle it. But if you don't build your own command center now, you'll be navigating the next decade blindfolded while others make the decisions for you. This is why I recommended the 31-day daily high-impact planner earlier. It's not just a planner. It's a way of saying, I'm taking command of my mission. Use it not for to-do lists, but to track what you're learning daily, who you're connecting with, and what priorities you're setting. Write it down. Review it every week. Adjust your trajectory. This habit alone will give you more clarity than 90% of your peers. And clarity is power in times of hidden change. I know a 59-year-old woman in Michigan. She spent 35 years in corporate management. She retired early, thinking she was safe. 2 years later, the benefits she counted on shifted. The systems she trusted moved under her feet. She told me, I feel like I'm standing on sand. I told her about this command center mindset. She began to document everything, her learning, her contacts, her finances, her projects. She started mentoring younger entrepreneurs using her decades of wisdom. Within a year, she wasn't just stable again, she was leading. She had regained control of her future. That's what a personal command center does. I want you to pause and think. What area of your life right now feels most outsourced, where you've trusted a system to handle it for you? Is it your finances? Your health? Your learning? Your sense of purpose? Drop your answer in the comments. You can write, "I'm ready to take command. No system will define my future." This isn't just for me, it's for you to declare to yourself and to others here that you're stepping into autonomy. And read the comments from others, you'll realize you're not alone. There's a whole community waking up to this hidden shift. Because, here's what I can't stress enough, what's happening now is not an event, it's a pattern. And most people over 50 haven't seen the pattern because it's been hidden under convenience and routine. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. You begin to notice how retirement plans are changing, how communication systems are designed to exclude older voices, how decisions that affect your future are being made by people who don't even know your name. The third thing I'm going to share next will go even deeper. It's something no one is telling seniors, not even your advisors, your doctors, or your media. And if you miss it, you may never understand why everything feels like it's accelerating. Stay with me, and do not skip, because by the time we reach the final point, you'll understand the real truth about what's coming next and how to be ready not just to survive it, but to thrive in it. This message found you now for a reason. You're being given an opportunity to see what others can't yet see. Use it, step into it, and prepare for it. And remember this. The future rewards those who prepare before it's obvious. If you're still listening right now, you already sense it. Something inside you knows this isn't just another speech. It's a lifeline. You've begun reclaiming your learning speed. You've started to take command of your own life. But here's the hard truth. Even if you do both of those things, you could still be caught off guard by what's coming next. Why? Because the change ahead isn't just about what you know or how you plan. It's about what you can't yet see and who you choose to stand with when the unseen becomes visible. This is where most people over 50 are at their most vulnerable and also their most powerful. Because for decades, the hidden pattern of your life has been to build networks you don't fully use. Family, friends, old colleagues, community ties, they're there, but fragmented. And the next shift is going to test not your intelligence or your savings, but your networks of trust. I need you to hear this carefully. While the headlines are full of technology, AI, and politics, the real shift is happening in the space between people, in the connections that determine how information, resources, and opportunities flow. Right now, platforms, institutions, and policies are quietly restructuring how communities form, who gets access, and whose voices are amplified. And seniors, especially those over 50, 60, and above, are being nudged into isolation, not openly, but subtly, algorithmically, and administratively. The more isolated you become, the less you can see the patterns. And the less you see the patterns, the easier it is for systems to move around you without your consent. This is not conspiracy, it's design. And unless you're intentional, you'll wake up one day surrounded by technology, but cut off from the very networks that could keep you safe, relevant, and empowered. The third way to be ready for what's coming is this. Forge a future-proof alliance. Not a club, not a casual group, not a mailing list. I'm talking about consciously building a small circle of people who share information, skills, and support with you in real time. Think of it as an early warning and early action team. People you trust who can spot shifts, share resources, and help you move quickly. Why? Because what's coming next is too complex for any one person to navigate alone. Your personal command center gives you clarity. Your alliance gives you reach. History shows this over and over. Those who survive and thrive through rapid change are the ones who form resilient, diverse networks before the storm hits. Here's how to start. Use the same 31-day daily high-impact planner I mentioned before, but now dedicate a section to alliance building. Write down the 5 people you trust most in different areas of life, what skills or knowledge each person has, when you last spoke with them. Then reach out, not to ask for help, but to re-establish connection, to offer value, to listen. Make it mutual. Make it consistent. Within weeks, you'll have a living network around you that grows stronger each month. That network can become your fastest source of insight and your strongest defense against hidden disruptions. I recently heard about a 62-year-old former teacher in Texas. After retiring, she felt invisible. Her pension felt shaky. Her sense of purpose faded. Then she started an informal skills circle with 3 other retirees, a nurse, an accountant, and a small business owner. They met online once a week to exchange knowledge and watch trends. Within 6 months, they had built a community of 50 people, helping each other pivot careers, navigate benefits, and even start small side businesses. Today, that circle functions like a safety net and a think tank rolled into one. That's what an alliance does. It's not theory. It's power. Think about it right now. Who are the 3 to 5 people you could reach out to this week to begin forming your own alliance? Who in your life has knowledge you've never fully tapped into, and who could benefit from your wisdom as well? Drop your answer in the comments. You can write, "I'm building my alliance. Together we thrive." And if you see someone else's comment that resonates, reply to them. This is how communities form, not just on screens, but in lives. Because here's what I can't yet tell you and what you need to know before it's too late. Even with learning speed, even with a personal command center, even with a future-proof alliance, there's still one more piece that determines everything. It's the piece no one is talking about. It's the pattern hidden from every headline, from every seminar, from every senior. It's the reason I decided to speak out now. If you miss this final piece, you risk building everything on a foundation that can still be taken from you overnight. But if you see it, really see it, you'll move from surviving the future to shaping it. Stay with me. Do not skip what comes next. Because the 4th point is the most important of all. It's the real truth about what's coming next, why nobody over 50 is ready, and how you can be ready in a way almost no one else even knows exists. This video found you now for a reason. You were meant to hear this. You're being invited to step into a level of preparation and empowerment most people will never even realize they needed. Get ready, because the next thing I'm going to share will change how you see everything. You've stayed till now, which means something inside you knows this message was meant for you. I told you before, the 4th truth is the one no one wants to say out loud. The real reason nobody over 50 is ready for what's coming next. It's not age. It's not money. And it's not even technology. It's time. And the misunderstanding of time, how it's changing, is the most dangerous blind spot humanity faces right now. Because time no longer moves the way it used to. You feel it, don't you? Weak Spanish. Trends flip overnight. What was normal last year now feels ancient. That's not your imagination. It's the compression of time. Every cycle, social, economic, spiritual, is tightening. What used to unfold over decades now collapses into months. It's not just acceleration. It's convergence. Everything is colliding. Technology, economy, faith, and human identity all at once. And the greatest danger is that most people are still preparing for the old speed of change while the world has already shifted into the new velocity of reality. That's why I said nobody over 50 is ready. Because most people are still planning linearly while the world is now moving exponentially. The 4th way, and the most important one of all, is to master temporal awareness. To see time differently. To plan, not in days or months, but in pivots and seasons. You can't control how fast the world spins, but you can control how prepared you are when it turns. That's the secret hidden beneath every major success story, ancient or modern. The ability to read the invisible seasons of change before others can even feel the wind shift. Look back in history. Every collapse, every revolution, every revival followed the same pattern. A warning, a wave, and then a window. The warning always comes quietly. The wave comes violently. And the window, the moment to move, appears for those who are awake enough to recognize it. Right now, that window is beginning to open again. But it will not stay open long. The next 2 years will compress what used to take 10. Technology will disrupt entire belief systems. Artificial systems will begin mimicking human emotion. In the spiritual realm, the realm of meaning, connection, and higher purpose will rise in equal force to balance it. This is not a fight between humans and machines. It's a test of consciousness. And the question is, will you awaken before it's too late? I want you to pause and ask yourself right now, have you been living reactively or preparing intentionally? Have you been flowing with time or being pulled by it? Drop your honest answer in the comments. You can write, I'm taking control of time. I refuse to be left behind. And as you comment, look at the others doing the same. You're not alone. We're building something here, a movement of people refusing to sleep through the most important transition in human history. Now listen, to train this new awareness, don't just scroll away. Take the 31-day daily high-impact planner you've heard me mention and use it differently this time. Every morning, write one thing you notice changing in yourself, your habits, your community, your world. Then write one decision you'll make in response. Do this for 31 days. It will rewire how you see time. You'll begin to sense patterns before they're visible to others. That's how you move from being reactive to being prophetic, from fearing the future to forecasting it. A few months ago, I met a man in his late 60s. He told me, I feel like I'm running out of time. I told him, no, you're not running out of time. Time is running toward you. You just have to turn and face it. He started using the planner. Within weeks, he launched a project connecting retirees to mentor young engineers in renewable energy. He thought his best years were behind him. Now he's shaping the next generation. That's what happens when you shift from watching time pass to participating in time's design. Because here's the truth no one wants to admit. The future will belong to those who can hold both the spiritual and the scientific, the eternal and the exponential. It's not about choosing between faith and technology. It's about merging them, using wisdom to direct innovation and innovation to amplify wisdom. And maybe, just maybe, that's why you're hearing this now. Because you're meant to bridge what others divided. You're meant to remember that creation didn't stop. It's still unfolding through you. Don't ignore this moment. Don't let this be another video you watch and forget. Because the next wave is already building. The systems are shifting faster than the headlines can print. Most will be blindsided, but you've already seen behind the curtain. And what comes next is bigger than any one person. That's why this conversation doesn't end here. The next message, the one I'll share soon, will uncover what's about to be rewritten in human history and how you can stand not just ready, but chosen for it. So like this video, not for me, but so more people can find it before it's too late. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Don't miss the next message. Because you were meant to hear this one, but the next one you were born to hear. Check my playlist for more videos. And I'll see you in the next one.